Sorry, and I dropped you. And I started with that because that's how Rod does things. Okay, you are... Where'd you go? No! Okay. I'm losing you here. So let me
What?
fix this. We started and your webcam is weird. God dang it. Hey everybody, sorry for these technical difficulties. Let me figure this out and we will start. My thing just
Okay.
it stopped working. We are live still though, so just a second.
Are
Okay.
we live and unmuted?
Oh yeah, we are live and unmuted. Your video started not working and I don't know why. It was working before. Oh my god. Discord, I hate you. Okay, let me try this one more time.
Okay.
Sorry everybody. Technical difficulties and whatnot.
Can you see me now?
Just a second. Not that. Fucking hell.
All right. Well, you know what? You work on that, and I'm going to introduce everybody to what
Okay,
is
cool.
the Into the Wild League, which is run by not professionals at all.
Yep,
There's
exactly.
there's dust, and the walls are crumbling, and everything's falling down. The world's exploding, but we're here to play some Hearthstone, or at least I'm here to cast some Hearthstone. We're here to watch some guys play Hearthstone. Today we have Bananaramic, and Eon battling it out for fun and prizes. Now, let's talk about the Into the Wild League, which exists to showcase wild players, showcase wild deck building, and promote the wild format. Into the Wild's been going on for a few weeks,
Yep.
so if you're watching this, you probably know what it's all about already. Today's fight has no deck building restrictions whatsoever.
Yep.
Players are choosing from any of the three classes that they did not bring on the last week. Like we did a reset last week, and then
Yep.
okay,
So we're week 5, yeah. So this is
we are week 5.
yeah. We're on the second group of matches. So the rules are as follow: you pick the first week you pick 3 classes. The next week you pick from the 3 classes from the remaining 6 classes, and the final week you get the remaining 3 classes. There are no bans, and it is set up to just be a
Best of 3.
yeah, best of 3 of that is meant to like he said, it's to display the wild decks and some wild cards and some of the classes that don't necessarily always get played. So
So you're going to see today a fair amount of serious decks, like the kind of decks you would see at high levels on ladder,
yep.
and you're going to see some decks that are kind of weird and off the beaten path, and you're going to be scratching your head wondering how could this deck possibly win. But Bananaramic's probably going to make it happen one way or another. He'll fight for it.
Yeah, it is. He's brought some serious decks, or Eon's brought the serious decks, right?
Yeah, Eon brought the serious decks. Yeah. Eon's got Even Shaman, Reno Lock, and Dead Man's Hand Control Warrior. So the Even Shaman's pretty standard. I think the most exciting thing about it is he runs a Lich King. The Reno Lock is also a pretty standard list. This one tops out at Blood Reaver Gul'dan only, not playing N'Zoth, which is something that some Reno Lock pilots are cutting N'Zoth, some aren't. It really depends on the environment. And the Dead Man's Hand Warrior has some spice. He's got some Town Criers with a Rush package. Has Dr. Boom, Mad Genius, but really it is a Dirty Rats, Cold Light Oracle, Brand Bronzebeard, Dead Man's Hand deck. Seeks to fatigue you out. On the other end of the match, we've got Bananaramic playing. I don't even know how to describe this summary. He calls this deck Hunting for Memes, and it has a Tol'vir Warden that only fetches Alley Cats. And I think the win condition is Emperor Thor's hand somehow. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
He has what he calls a tempo even warrior, which includes. I'm actually just looking at the list right now. Like such all stars as Kor'kron Elite, Piloted Shredder, Lich King, Grommash, Karen Bloodhoof, an Arcane Dynamo. Some pretty sweet stuff.
Yeah, it's very. It reminds me a lot of some older like tempo warrior lists, which I like a lot. I I was never a huge fan of Pirate Warrior, but the Temple Warriors were a little more up my alley when they were a thing. So it's good to see these things coming out, and I love watching the Dr. Boom get brought in and just have fun with that. So
definitely.
I think that's everything. I think we could get into it if you're ready, Keith.
I think we neglected to mention the mage deck that Banana's bringing.
Yes.
This is odd mage playing Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
I love it. I'm very happy about these things, man. I got my butt kicked by a Luna's Pocket Galaxy mage on standard the other day, and I'm like, what the flying heck is this crap? And they rolled perfect, and they were throwing fireballs at my face for very cheap amounts. So
wait, so we're talking like the full like Exodia combo is what you lost to?
It was a Malygos version in standard where they had yeah.
That's gross. All right, I think that's it for everyone's deck, though. We're ready to go ahead into the matches. I'm gonna let Eon know you can get started.
I told Banana he could start, so.
Okay, all right. So let's let them queue up and see what they're bringing to the table.
Yep, should be interesting.
Oh yeah, one way or another. May not be pleasant, but it's not going to be boring.
I love these interesting matches where someone brings something cool like that, like the the mage is not known for doing crazy stuff like this, and it's cool to see like an odd mage,
Yeah, mages kind of got a reputation right now for being a very straightforward class. Like it's you're playing Alaneth and you're burning people down, and that's really what you do. All right, so Banana's starting out with the mage. Speak of the devil. So we've got Eon bringing the Reno lock. I expect both players to send back their hands completely. Yeah. But it looks like Banana's keeping the Azure Drake.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because if Eon doesn't get his Reno quickly, he may be in trouble.
He may just get shot down by Banana's hero power.
His hero power, he's going to have a lot of crazy stuff going. I mean, this Luna's Pocket Galaxy is going to give him some crazy possibilities, right? Especially now that it's in his opening hand.
Right, so he wants to get the Pocket Galaxy online as quickly as possible and then start drawing cards, shooting hero powers at Eon's face as much as possible. Eon's goal at this point is going to be to stay alive.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of tools with which to do. He doesn't really have to do anything for a while. He can even squeeze in a couple of taps here and there. Banana's going to just start shooting him in the face.
Yeah, I think he's going to probably drop this Gnome Feratu this turn. At least it makes sense. Now he's going to tap instead.
No, I think if I was... Eon doesn't know what he's playing against.
Yeah.
Like, the deck lists are closed to the competitors.
Yep.
So, like, Eon's gonna see Banana play a Black Cat and figure out, okay, what am I going to do about that? What's my win condition? Yep. That's something you do when you play Reno Lock, is you're trying to figure out how you're going to win the game and then sculpt the game around it.
Yeah, and what I like about this list that Banana's running, guess what you could do when you're running a non-Reno mage? You could run not one, but 2 ice blocks. You're losing a lot of the power with things like Primordial Glyph. You can't have fireballs. You can't have Pyroblasts. But there are a lot of other powerful cards in mage for you to access.
That is true. All right, so Eon's on the play here. He's got a grip full of a bunch of reactive cards. Expect to probably see Doomsayer come out pretty shortly. So he wants to have Doomsayer go off with both Death Lords when it's his turn, to get him some initiative there, and expect Banana to play the Icebox and shoot him in the face.
Yep.
It looks like that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what each one of these pulls out with the 2 Deathlords going off. Oh, and a Mal'Ganis in a Flame Leviathan.
Because the Doomsayer went off on his turn, Eon's not going to be able to attack that Mal'Ganis, so Banana may get an opportunity to trade with that Flame Leviathan.
Yeah, it was, and it was actually really good for Banana because the Flame Leviathan gets that. As you can see, the card reads when you draw this, deal 2 damage to all characters. So he would know, but unfortunately for Banana, there was a counter in his hand.
Okay, so Banana doesn't really have a way to deal with the Mal'Ganis at this point, so he's just going to be stalling for time.
Yep.
Ian right now, I expect Ian to start making use of his hero power again, especially considering Mal'Ganis on board. His hero's immune; he's not going to take any damage from it, so that's where I would start out.
Yeah.
He also has a Kobold Librarian, so you can do that twice and start to gain some incremental advantages there. Picks up a
Defile.
Ooh, okay.
It's not perfect, but it's not. I mean, he could have, if he would have traded that Mal'Ganis into one of them, he would have cleared both of those and Noyatrons.
He would have. I think what he was trying to do was just go face, but he didn't really do the math. He saw the Defile, he got excited, and then he's like, well, I guess I'm doing this.
And he had a Mortal Coil in hand. That could have done the same, had the same effect on the outcome of that.
Well, if he had tapped before he did the Defile, he would have been able to Mortal Coil one of the Noyatrons and be able to get through. But now Banana's set up with the Lunas. It's going to be able to play that plus the Arcane Tyrant, be able to hopefully trade that Arcane Tyrant into the Mal'Ganis so they can get his game plan back online. If not, I mean, he still has the Flame Strike, so he's going to be able to deal with the Mal'Ganis one way or another.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, what do you think Eon's best bet here is? He's got a kind of awkward hand in dealing with this without. It looks like he's gonna go for the Brand into the Kazakis.
Yeah, Brand Kazakis seems pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Is he going to go big or is he going to go? Is he going to go small? There's an argument to be made for all of this. But I think. It looks like right now he's looking to find some big potions so that he can massive board states and trust that Banana's not really going to be able to deal with them. Yeah. So far though, that first potion was not really stellar. He got an 8/8 plus 6 health. Second potion, let's get another 8/8 into.
There's a Mystic Wool on the second potion though.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be make a guy plus a board clear. Banana has to deal with this stuff, but he has Flame Strike, so he can Arcane Artificer Flame Strike and hit Eon in the face.
Yeah.
Gain some armor, be able to make some headway there. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, and start hitting Eon in the face. Eon still doesn't have a Reno in his hand, and his hand's getting kind of clunky. He's on 8 mana, and it looks like he's going to drop a Gnome Feratu.
Playing Gnome is a tempo play.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, he's going to Zola it and go again.
Seems fair, so...
Oh.
Right now, the double Gnome play is more of a reconnaissance thing than anything else. He wants to get a better sense of what he's playing against.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt to get rid of a couple cards against a one of the problems Warlock the Arena Lock can often have is that you're tapping every turn. So if your opponent has a long-term game plan too, you might have issues.
That's true. All right, so we're gonna see the Volcanic Potion with the Black Cat clear the board. Keeps going. Continuing to go face puts Eon to 16 here.
Yep. And he picks up that Frost Lich, which is really a critical draw for him.
Frost Lich, yeah.
It's such a powerful card.
Yeah, it's gonna let him switch gears here. If Eon plays Reno or Eon plays one of his big swing cards and the 2 damage hero power stops cutting it, probably time to turn Frost Lich on. I actually expect to see that this turn.
Yeah, his hand is he's got this Azure Drake, he's got the thick patches, but the Frost Volcano was the card that made the most sense this turn for him.
All right, so we're switching back to Eon's. Eon's got a ton of big stuff he can do. Part of the strength of Reno Lock here is all of the individual cards are very powerful, very good at what they do for the most part.
I kind of like this. He's gonna go with the Blood Reaver Gul'dan, but that if he would have played the summon an 8/8, give all your minions +6 health, I wouldn't have objected to that either. That was not a bad play either, if you ask me.
Right, it might have been a good place. Been a good place to be able to at least get some value out of that potion. It's kind of an awkward potion to play most of the time.
Yeah, and he had a board because that's often the issue with this, like with Reno Lock, is often it's hard to maintain a board for long periods because you're so reactive a lot of the time.
Well, there's a point most of the time where the Reno deck's able to turn the corner and then start to dominate. And make some pretty big pushes there. Banana's doing all he can really to maintain the board and survive. I expect Eon's got a ton of options here. I expect. Well, he can do the 10 potion plus with the +6 health. Yeah. He can hero power. He can heal bot. Well, heal bot doesn't really do anything. Okay, so it looks like the 10 potion with +6 health there.
Oh.
Start clocking him in the teeth.
10/16 is not an easy minion to deal with.
That is a very large demon. All right, Banana's still drawing through his deck.
I expect the Frost Nova to come out here.
Let's see. Make a water elemental there. He's gonna do what he can to get the Mal'Ganis off the board. Infiltrate there.
I do like the emoting in these series because they're all in good fun. So it's like people going, emoting a little bit to have fun in the spirit of the league.
It's not BM if you're anticipating it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. At least they're not continuously spamming the emotes either.
Yes, this is true.
That's going to be a very thick Void Lord.
Yes, it is. That's what Mal'Ganis does. He only likes girls with big butts, and he cannot lie. And so,
I think there's a chance that he makes a Godfrey play here. Like if he attacks with the demon into one of the Annoyatrons, uses the hero power against the Death Lord, and then plays the Godfrey. Like he loses the Mal'Ganis. That lets him.
The problem with Godfrey is he would have to hero power first because the first blast of the Godfrey wouldn't have killed anything.
Right.
Because of the divine shields on the Annoyatrons. We'll see what
Just goes to show you the power of Giggling Inventor. A Giggling Inventor is stopping him from making a serious push here.
Yeah, it does so much in this current environment, and that's why a lot of people were expecting some kind of adjustment to the card. I think the most commonly suggested thing was moving the cost of the card from 5 mana to 6 mana, but they decided they were happy with how that card was, and so.
Yeah, I think it's. I do think it's very strange they did not make any adjustments to that, but the entire Hearthstone community is pretty much in line there.
It is. So, do we see a Frost Nova here?
I don't think so. I think Banana's going to want to conserve his resources because he really doesn't have anything left. Yeah. Like his deck's getting pretty low. His cards aren't particularly powerful at this point. Yeah. So he's going to want to eke as much advantage out of every card as he can.
So the Skulking Geist hits nothing.
Right. The Skulking Geist is just a tempo play at this point.
Yep.
The Jaina Hero Power makes Water Elemental for Banana and makes a Void Lord for Eon. I don't think that's a fair trade.
No, not at all. Yeah, I don't know how Banana pulls this one out with. Like, there's no way I can see him. Ugh. That was kind of gross on his part. I think if you were Banana, you'd probably prefer that Baku gets hit. Because I don't think he's ever going to have time to play that.
No, definitely not. All right, so we've got Banana's got his ice block up, so he's not going to die anytime soon. He has Flame Strike, which will clean up the board a little bit, but not really.
It's like a half measurement at this point.
Right.
So, and I expect Eon to Hellfire Hero Power to break his ice block this next turn.
Definitely. Once the ice block is broken, he's just wailing up Banana's legs. Like Banana only has the other ice block. He breaks the other ice block with the cooldown hero power again, and that's it.
Yep. And Banana's down to 3 cards, so I just don't know what his win condition is with this deck. Like
this is clearly an anti-aggro control deck. When you see cards like Volcanic Potion, Dragon's Fury, Flame Strike, stuff like that, he plays Luna's Pocket Galaxy to be able to reduce the cost of his minions, and then have turns where he does a board clear against an aggressive deck's minions, and then plays the 1-mana minions after the board clear, so he can lead into like 1-mana Baku, 1-mana Flame Leviathan, 1-mana Baron-Geddon, stuff like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Banana, he's never going to out-control Arena Lock, I don't think, in this circumstance, you know?
Yeah, he's going against the king, or one of the kings of late game decks.
Yep. And like we said, that's what he did. He ran a Hellfire and the Hero Power to break the first ice block.
Now, again, Eon doesn't really know everything that this deck is up to, though, so he, I imagine that he's still going to respect things like he might be trying to figure out how, like for instance, an Antonidas kill of some kind. Because you can in an odd deck with Luna's Pocket Galaxy, you can play Antonidas and Malagos.
Yep.
And might be able to get somewhere there, but clearly that's not what's happening there. But okay, so Ian has Twisting plus the Twisting
Power.
plus the Suck. Yeah.
I'm almost out of cards.
So he has to play this ice block and then the Fire Lens Portal, I assume.
Yeah, Fire Lens goes face.
That's a good draw for him, getting that Arcane Tyrant there. Maybe he can heal a little bit more life off of that.
That's not going to live very long. Beyond has the Shadow Bolt.
Yep. But he doesn't know that.
Well, he knows it now.
Yep, he does indeed. And that looks like that's going to be game.
He's been educated on it, yeah. So what's the last card in his deck? An Arcane Intellect? He's probably going to play the Arcane Intellect. No, just play the Baku, so make Eon kill him.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. That Corrupting Mist into Reno. He'll just let Banana Fatigue out. And there's some of that BM.
These two are just having fun. Okay.
I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't want to fatigue him out. Just wanted to show him who's boss.
He was like, "I'm going to put you in your place and assert my dominance over you," and that is going to put up Eon 1-0. That was fun. Queuing into that Warlock deck was probably not what he was hoping to see, right?
I think it was more fun for us to cast it than it was for Banana to play it.
Yep. It was like trying to do a lot of the things a Reno Lock tries to do, right? Just not as well and without Reno. So
right.
Okay.
I think if Banana cues the mage into Eon's even Shaman, he'll have a better chance.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Yeah, because of the but even then, that even Shaman gets going early. I think that deck may have some problems.
No, it's going to be an uphill battle for that deck no matter what. But I think of all the decks, the even shaman deck is the one that's going to have the best chance against. It's not going to win against Dead Man's Hand.
Nope.
And
yeah, it's
I feel like Eon brought Dead Man's Hand Warrior just to make me angry because I have to cast a Dead Man's Hand Warrior match. And look at this. This is exactly what happened there. Eon wants to like put me on life tilt.
Right
now.
It's funny because that's the thing about Dead Man's Hand is it is one of those decks that it's kind of got that same kind of end game plan as Reno Lock, right? It is run your opponent out of resources and make them suffer while you board clear them and remove all their minions and kind of do stuff. And except, unlike Reno Lock, this deck will never run out of resources and is going to be an extremely difficult battle again for Banana.
We say that it's a hard matchup, but Banana's got an awesome hand. Look at this. So the Banana starts off with Frostlich and Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
Yeah.
So I expect a turn 7 Pocket Galaxy into a turn 8 Coin Frostlich.
Yeah.
And probably uses hero power to manage the board or harass Eon's cards. So Banana sees the Town Crier and is probably thinking more of a tempo style control. He probably doesn't suspect Dead Man's Hand as of yet.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's Control Warrior here in Wild has so many more tools that could be flexible. Like Tempo Warrior isn't as much of a thing in Standard because it doesn't have as many tools right now. So,
right,
Banana's probably still going. I don't know what's happening, and I'm just gonna have to kind of hang out until I do, and just kind of go on his game plan.
Right. So if he's
Go ahead, man.
Well, no, I'm just looking at Eon's play here, where he plays the Rush Minion out, and he's probably just going to go face with it. But okay, there's the Flame Leviathan. That's kind of a spicy number. All right, so he gets to coin hero power, and continue to go face with that Death Lord.
And I like that because he also wanted to protect this Death Lord, which is going to die regardless.
Didn't seem to get him very far, though. Eon's got the Blood Razor, pulls a Cold Light Oracle. Oh, Eon, of course, plays 2 Cold Light Oracles, so he's still going to be able to play Dead Man's Hand with a Cold Light Oracle in order to go infinite. But I think at this point, Banana knows exactly what's up there. He's going to shoot that Cold Light.
Yep.
And kind of just hang out for a little while longer. Expect to see a lot of draw go in a matchup like this, like draw hero power pass.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be at this point. It is. Banana probably knows what kind of uphill battle he's up against right now. So.
Right. Fire Blast is going to try to keep up with the armor gain, or at least curb it a little bit.
One of the really, really gross things about Dead Man's Hand Warrior is the ability to throw bunches of the Mega Project back into your deck where you get three mechs every time you play it.
Right, the Iron Juggernaut special.
Yeah.
So Banana's got Pocket Galaxy and Arcane Tyrant.
These two emoting makes it seems like Eon's the instigator with a lot of it, but it makes me laugh.
It is adorable. And so Eon's got
that's dirty.
That Dirty Rat is a precision sniper. SEAL Team 6 Dirty Rat.
You know the bad part about this for Eon, it puts him in a weird spot because if he sits there and he hits into this Arcane Tyrant, and I don't know if he's gonna do it because then the Arcane Tyrant would be left at 1 health, and he knows there's a Frostless Chain in here. We're only on turn 8 though, or we're going into turn 8, so maybe he doesn't worry about that. He's just making sure he uses his resources wisely. The problem I've always had with Dead Man's Warrior is Hand Warrior is like you're doing like it's like chess where you're thinking 18 moves ahead and how you're going to use your hand and how you want to use your resources because you want to make sure you put the right resources back into your deck. And so it's a real complicated play.
Yeah, if you like 30-minute games and having a headache after every game, then Dead Man's Hand is the archetype for you.
Yo, man, this deck makes my brain explode. It really, truly does.
So we see Volcanic plus Hero Power to clear.
You see the problem here. We're on turn. We're going to turn 9, and Eon already has 53 health, and it's just gonna be Eon running Banana out of resources. I feel like.
Yeah, he switched into Dr. Boom pretty early, so his regularly recurring armor gain is technically speaking offline, but
Pinata.
Don't do that to me. Like you shut it in my ear. I'm not going to be able to hear ever.
I'm a loud person sometimes.
All right, so Eon's Dead Man's Hand Warrior does not play Bring It On or any giant armor gain card besides Shield Block.
Yeah.
I think it's that's to make room for the rush package with Town Crier plus Militia Commander and so forth.
And it's not as big of a deal when you're getting that +7 armor every couple turns, you know.
Yeah, it tends to even out. Plus, he's so far ahead in armor anyway that it's going to be hard for Banana to catch up.
Yeah, I wonder if Banana was assuming Eon would be bringing more aggressive decks tonight, and because his lineup is kind of anti-aggro, like you said, so. And just with just that ping and pass, it's showing you what kind of hand Banana is running right now.
Ian's got the Omega Assembly with 10 mana crystals into Foe Reaper, Meat Wagon, Mechanical Whelp.
Oh, I gotta love that meat. Man, Fel Reaper is so gross with Dr. Boom. You're having a 6/9 with Rush and Cleave. Oh. Was he the or Foe Reaper? Sorry, I'm saying Fel Reaper. But was he the first Cleave minion in the game? I think he was, wasn't he?
I think so. Like that effect, he was the first minion with that kind of effect. As far as I remember, he didn't see a ton of play and never really that exciting. But he sees, like, in Dr. Boom decks and Wild, all kinds of old cool minions show back up to play. Like Foe Reaper's just an example. You also have Iron Juggernaut is the real big one. Iron Juggernaut used to be the stuff of memes, but in Dr. Boom decks in Wild, Iron Juggernaut is actually a pretty reliable win condition. The Discover a Mech hero power class cards, you're about 3 times more likely to get off of a Discover effect than neutral cards. So there's a pretty good chance he's going to find an Iron Juggernaut at some point in this game.
Yep. Yeah, it's and it's amazing how much better some of these mechs are when you they have Rush, right? Some of these mechs they're really cool. Like the Foe Reaver is really cool, but he was never played all that much back in the day because he's kind of slow and he becomes a priority target. But now he can pull him out, and it's just
his Rush.
Yeah, and just can mess things up real fast.
That's we're seeing Flame Leviathan plus Giggling Inventor. Banana's just trying to build a board. He's trying to put something on the table so he doesn't get harassed.
Yeah.
Forever.
Banana doesn't have much direct damage in this deck, right? It's clearing boards and like anti-aggro, like we've been talking about. He's got those 2 Firelands portals, and that's about, or is it 1 Firelands portal? Maybe
I think it's just one. Yeah, no, it's just 1 Firelands portal. That Foe Reaper's gonna do some work.
Yeah, it is. Oh, this is gross. So I mean, he's still not gonna be able to like hit him in the face at all this tournament, I don't think. But that's just so gross right there, clearing off all those minions with that.
So Banana's going to have an opportunity to send the Flame Leviathan into the Foe Reaper and and make a Water Elemental here.
Yep.
And he just passes. I don't understand why he doesn't play Ice Block.
I don't know, man. He might be demoralized.
There's that Iron Juggernaut.
Oh, it's so bad. I mean, and it's bad for Banana is what I'm saying, because Medivh making an appearance to this party. You know, Medivh is the light of the party, so it's good to see him show up.
Funny thing about Medivh here, they found that off of the weaponized pinata, but Medivh's the kind of card that every value-oriented control deck's going to be able to appreciate.
Yeah, but there's not much, like, you know, value-wise. I think, is it Brawl that he tops off at, right? So
right, it's not even about finding big things off
it's
the
just
Addy
extra
Edge.
Value.
Right. He's gonna have an opportunity to play a bunch of small minions to be able to harass him, and that there's a lot to be said about that. Looking at Eon's hand, he has both Deadmans. He might come to a point pretty soon where he might play a Deadman's to shuffle in an Iron Juggernaut, even though he doesn't have Cold Light. He has Bran. He might dump that pretty soon. And Banana.
I was gonna say, at this point, if I'm Banana and I see that Deadman's hand, I might just concede. Like,
maybe.
This is not going well for Banana.
No, not. This matchup we kind of anticipated it was going to be pretty hopeless.
Yeah.
That's such a shame too.
Yeah, you want to see these matches that
There's the DMH.
And Banana has it immediately. And sometimes when it's your night, it's your night. Getting that Nerubian egg is so gross. So like if Banana Flame Strikes his turn, guess what? Eon's gonna have a 4/4 on the board. And it's actually gonna be a 4/6, I think, right? So
Which wood Imp's going to give some help to something, and then he trades it into a 1/1 that Banana can ping down. To this point, isn't going to be a big deal. Like I expect actually the ping plus Flame Strike here.
yeah.
It just passes. No Flame Strike. There's Bran plus Iron Juggernaut. Iron Juggernaut has Rush, so he's going to take down the Water Elemental, put some mines in the deck.
So gross.
Yeah.
So gross.
I told you, when you can find Iron Juggernaut on demand, it's a lot better than putting the thing in your deck.
This is like a hate crime at this point. This is it's just so bad, man.
Dragon's Fury to clean up this board. Choose to do that over the Flame Strike, which I think is pretty interesting. All right, so that I think he did that just so he can get the ping. He's able to make a Water Elemental plus Arcane Tyrant to contest the board.
I think Banana knows that he has to, if he ever has a shot at this game, which he doesn't, but if he ever had a shot at this game, he has to use his resources the best way possible, and he knew that Dragon's Fury was gonna get the job to the point where he needed it to, and it did. So I don't know, Ian, you can't play that. I mean, it doesn't matter your head so far, but playing a Silverhand Recruit against Frostland's Jaina is bad juju.
Let's see, Sleep with the Fishes cleans up a Water Elemental,
and he's just gonna clean. Yeah, that was an interesting set of plays. I don't know. Should I guess he didn't want to. I guess he didn't want to kill the security rover, so that's why he did in that order.
the security rover play is a little questionable, but
I mean,
I guess Ian felt like he could throw all of this stuff away. It doesn't really make any difference.
he's so far ahead. He's got 14 cards in his deck to Banana's 10. He's got all these really powerful cards. He's got 66 life. He's got his hero power that's going to continue to give him resources.
Banana has infinite water elementals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 3 health, 3 damage a turn is probably going to be too slow to kill Eon and his 66 health. Oh, that's kind of gross. Oh, that's really gross.
Let's make a big junk bot.
It would be the only time I've ever seen Junkbot played and played in an effective manner. I'm kind of surprised, like, with Odd Paladin kind of ruling a lot of what Paladin's doing in Wild, it would be a cool like tech card, man, right? Like you put him in and you trade a bunch of 1/1s in, and you're gonna get a big Junkbot real fast.
Most of the time, Paladin's going to be finding other things to.
Yeah.
If this thing said whenever a friendly Silverhand recruit dies, gain +2/+2, then you know it would be the absolute nuts.
Yeah. Indeed.
All right,
And
that is a 9/12 junk bot.
yeah, it's going to do some face damage very quickly.
Yep. That junk bot is so big, your dogs are excited about
Yeah,
it.
they're very excited. They're like, "Oh my god, that's my favorite card." I don't know if he should have. Do you think he should have played? Oh! If he would have played that, if they would have played that Azure Drake, he could have traded that off.
Yeah, I mean, he had no way of expecting a 5/8 Muck Hunter to be able to clean up shop there.
Yeah, this is true. I had been thinking about it before that Hunter came out.
Right, so Jan's able to clear up the board here. Good face with a 9/6 junk bot.
So
Spicy junk bot.
I don't think we could have like anticipated the junk bot being the MVP of this game, but he's kind of looking like he will be.
It's Hearthstone, man. Anything can happen.
Yep, this is true. This is very true.
Wonder what's gonna come out of this stuff. Oh, he found another Iron Juggernaut.
There's already 2 mines in his deck, man. Come on. I feel like I'm like Rocky in Rocky 4 when Apollo Creed is getting the crap kicked out of him by what do you call him? It's just like throw in the towel, man. Throw in the towell. Drogoff or whatever his name is, Dolph Lundgren.
Drogo.
Yeah, Drogo. Yeah.
Or what was that his name, or am I just thinking Game of Thrones?
Something Russian.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if Banana draws his deck, he dies without healing more, because there is literally 30 damage worth of 30 damage in his deck, and oh man.
That Barongeddon's not long for this world.
No, he's not. And it will heal Banana back up to 30, but that's not going to matter. See, the only way like Banana even survives at this point if he could somehow like manage to space out how he finds these mines in his deck.
I mean, even if he survives the mines, what then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to put a positive light on what's happening right now.
Yeah. There's that ice block. You want to know what ice block doesn't do? It doesn't stop you from dying to a mine.
Nope. And it also doesn't give you any kind of board presence or any end game that. And that's kind of the problem here for your Banana tonight.
Well played.
He's gonna concede. He said that well played.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of saw the writing on the wall for that one.
Yeah, 6 cards in his deck. 4 of them are his. 2 of them are mine, and he doesn't have any other minions left. Like I think he had a giggling inventor and a black cat, I think, and that was about it.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what Banana brings this last game. This cool mage deck has not worked out for him tonight.
I hope he continues the mage deck because the next deck he's going to be going against is even shaman, and I mean if you're a serious wild competitor, you have a plan against even shaman. Like if you don't have a plan against anything else, you have a plan against even shaman.
Yeah, and it's his most aggressive deck that Eon brought. So.
Right, so maybe we see Banana queue up with the mage. Maybe Banana decides to spice it up a little bit, switch it up. Who knows?
Yeah, I kind of want to see his other decks, but I want to see Banana win one too. And he brings his meme hunter.
Meme hunter. All right, so let's talk about the meme hunter. So this deck employs Tolvir Warden, which only pulls Alley Cat, and that's the only 1-mana minion in the deck. Plays 1 copy, a single copies each of Mad Scientist, Dreadscale, Evolved Kobold, the Tolvir Warden, Flanking Strike. He plays 2 Starving Buzzard. I think the combo, right? Like he plays Starving Buzzard plus our Alley Cat, and he wants to always be able to draw it. But his win condition is Evolved Kobold plus Emperor Thorsan plus a bunch of burn spells. So he wants to be able to Stitch Tracker into multiple Evolved Kobolds, go off with Emperor Thorsan for the discount, and then just throw a bunch of damage at Eon's face.
Yeah, and luckily for Banana, he's got this Hunter's Mark because Eon does have a 4-mana 7/7 in his hand, and it looks like I don't know if I like going. Okay, I like that better. He's gonna throw out this Stitch Tracker instead. Is he gonna pick up this Emperor?
No. It looks like he picked up the Doomsayer. Like he wants to be able to have a swing turn with the Doomsayer, where the Doomsayer buys him some time.
I think Banana made a mistake. There's a Dreadscale in this deck. I don't know how that got there.
It's a golden Dreadscale.
It is.
I mean, if you're gonna meme it up, then I mean meme it up. Nothing memes it up quite like golden Dreadscale.
Yep, it's up there, man. There's a long running tradition of really bad Hunter legendaries, and the Dreadscale was part of that.
So the Even Shaman list, I failed to notice that Eon's Even Shaman has Thunderhead in it. So
Nice.
you can play Thunderhead plus Crackle or Thunderhead plus any of the other Overload stuff. You know what's going on.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
And with Eon bringing just pure spice, man, it is. We're gonna see this Tolver Warden.
We're gonna see the combo. We're gonna see the combo.
Yep. The Alley Cats, and so he.
Like he's gonna.
Yeah, he's got the Starving Buzzard going off next turn.
I 100% expect to see, like, if he doesn't do it next turn, he does it on turn 7, where he plays Starving Buzzard into double Alley Cat, draws 4 cards.
Man, the Thunderhead is such a fun card, and it really hasn't found a real strong place. It's good to see Eon bringing it into this Even Shaman list.
So you were questioning why there's a Dreadscale? I think we figured it out.
Eon didn't even ask to vote. That's incredible. This is the first time in the history of time and space a Dreadscale has seen play in Hearthstone.
Main deck Dreadscale.
I really like the concepts of those 2 cards together. What was the other one called? What's the other name of that?
Acid Maw.
Yeah, Acid Maw. It's a really cool concept. It was so expensive and just inefficient.
Oh, here we go.
Right?
Here we go. Here we go.
Into the other Buzzard. Oh, the value. The value. So I think he has to trade the Tolvir into the Jade Golem, right?
I would expect so.
But he does not.
That's interesting.
Because I thought he would run away to protect this buzzard to draw more.
He already has another buzzard, so like he's not valuing the buzzard anymore.
It's true.
Banana might actually pull this off.
Maybe, but it looks like Ian's. Oh, he's not. Like,
Ugh. Okay, never mind. He just gets to play all the 0 mana giant things that even Shaman plays.
So if anyone ever wants to know, like, if you ever have someone go, why is even Shaman good in Wild? All you have to do is show them Eon's last turn, and you will basically explain everything you need to know in one turn.
Ooh, Deathstalker Rexar.
It's really gross. Is it enough
though? Well, I think it's fine, right? Like, if Banana's got to be like super excited about this because I mean he doesn't know about the Lich King, of course. Yeah. This lets him clean up. It cleans up everything but the Sea Giant.
Yeah, and he's up back to 26 life. If he can handle this Sea Giant and this Lich King, oh no, that's so gross.
yeah, might wait with the Maelstrom though.
I don't know, maybe. This board is so juicy though. Like I don't know. Yeah, you're right. He's gonna do it. I mean, he's in no rush not to do that, but.
No kidding.
So, I'm gonna throw up an explosive trap. There's another Dreadscale. I kind of like the Dispatch Kodo here.
Did he go Dreadscale? If he went Dreadscale, like picking up Giant Wasp there gives him a board clear right now.
Yep. I don't know. It's so hard. No, he. That's not bad though because he's gonna be able to trade into the Lich King and clear it off.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
That's a mostly clear. It works.
I don't know.
Ian's got Frostmourne.
I don't know if I don't just trade those two into the... Oh, yeah, so that greed is going to cost him. Oh.
Okay. So I think Banana's at a point where he can stabilize.
Yeah, I mean... one of the biggest problems with Even Shaman is it ends up being a very top-decky deck in the long run if you run out of resources as you do, because the deck doesn't run card draw. Mm-hmm. So
I expect Banana to roll that hero power, see if he can find something with Taunt, get rid of the Sea Giant, and then go from there. None of those things have Taunt.
Yep. No, they do not. I think you maybe take the... Oh, none of those things have taunt either. I don't know if he's going to be able to play this turn.
Captain Spirit going to do there. A 5/2 draw. No, that's not really what you want to be doing here.
I mean, does he's going to have to drop this explosive trap and use one of these on the hunts. Or the quick shot.
I think he's going with the on the hunt. Like he's making a greedy play because he kind of has to make a greedy play.
Yeah. And unfortunately for him, he's at the point though. There are 2 hits remaining on this Frostmourne. I mean, I'm assuming Eon knows what's up because of my 8/2 is down to 2 health, and if this hits him in the face, I win. So. I'm pretty sure Eon knows what's going to happen here, so he's going to trade off first.
Yeah, trades off, goes face with the Frostmourne, triggers that explosive trap. So, if I'm Banana, does he have enough damage if he finds Evolved Kobold? Evolved Kobold is 5/8. No, we're a little short. He has to roll something with Lifesteal Dispatch Kodo.
into something with lifesteal would work.
Dispatch Kodo plus Swamp Leech
Yeah.
would. Yeah, there you go. There's the money. I hope he picked it. I hope he recognized that was an out for him.
Yeah. It was a good call by you, Keith. Just having that to be able to. And he doesn't.
He didn't find it, so he's going to lose to the devolve.
Yep.
Unless the devolve finds another taunt.
And it did not.
That's a shame.
So that is going to end our series. Is going to have Eon win 3 games to none.
But then I brought some spicy decks, and there was a point. There was a point with the Hunter deck where he was able to get ahead on resources. He just ran out of life. He couldn't stop himself from getting smoked down. But yeah, it is what it is. Some nice play on both sides. Banana brought some pretty cool decks to the table and did what he could. Eon brought the best stuff some of the best stuff you can play in Wild and got rewarded for.
Yep. Okay, so I've created a group call and see if these two want to talk real quick. Hello?
Sounds good.
Banana,
Who we got on the line?
Banana, you there? Let's see what they say.
Yeah, I can't hear anything from anybody.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, what's
Oh, here
up,
we go.
Banana?
Oh, hi. What's up?
Man, I have to tell you, I don't know if Ian's coming, but you brought those decks were awesome. Yeah, it looks like Ian
Oh, thank
is
you.
gonna be there. You brought Mimi kind of fun things, and Ian went to the throat with those lists, and it
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah.
So, if I can share something with you, Bananaramic, if I can share something with you, when we were looking over the decks, right, and I saw the one of Tolvir Warden, I was like, what the hell is this Tolvir Warden doing in here? Like, it's just Alicad. What do you like? But then, like before the Hunter game started, we were like, Tolvir Warden draws Alicad, and he plays Starving Buzzard. So there's so you have Tolvir on 5, Starving Buzzard plus Alicad on 6, or you can say both of them, and then Starving Buzzard plus Alicad on 7, and draw 4 cards. To build your own sprint.
Exactly. It goes through a lot of cards.
That was pretty neat.
I do love any deck. Starving Buzzard is a card that has never seen much play, or hasn't seen much play in a very long time. And another thing that you did that I love, Banana, bringing a dread scale on purpose into this match was amazing. I loved it, man.
I would have won also, but unfortunately the Frostmourne he got off of Lich King was just faced me down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That last build beast, right? When you rolled Dispatch Kodo, I was crossing my fingers like he's gonna pick Dispatch Kodo. He's gonna get rewarded with the Swamp Leech, and then he's gonna be able to push past that devolve. And you went with the other beast instead. And
Yeah, I was like either lifesteal or go for a big guy with taunt, and I was like, if I just get a big guy with taunt, and sometimes he has to swing Frostmourne into it, then I can burn him with my spells. But I was just like, oh well, it's one or the other. Either he has Devolve or he has like some burn spell. So
right.
So Banana, the key here is they always have the Devolve. that's my life lesson.
Yeah, I mean, this play definitely then.
No, it's you had to hope and pray and think of a positive out, and it was just that dang Devolve is always there. I want to say well played. I think we're gonna wrap up here because they're gonna start the second game here momentarily. But
Okay.
Plug your stuff, Banana. It was great having the match. It was a lot of fun, and you brought great decks. So.
Okay. Unfortunately, Ian can't make it, but you can catch me at twitter.com/Bananaric_HS. I try to make some cool, interesting decks into the meta whenever I can. And I also stream very rarely now, but I'm gonna try to eventually get back up again at twitch.tv/Bananaramic_HS.
Cool. Yeah, it was, and if your stream has this kind of spice, I'm excited to come watch you do these when you do this, because I know how that is. Streaming can be very
definitely
difficult.
be spice once gets going again.
Okay, Keith, you want to tell everyone where they could find you real quick?
can find me in the corner of my room under this heat lamp in front of the screen, with my eyes bleeding after watching the 800th even shaman smashing somebody's teeth in a rogue game.
Yeah.
No, so my Twitter handle is twitter.com/KeithNumbersHS. You can find me on Twitch at Keith_numbers. I stream all the time, so come in and say hello.
Okay. And I am Rod_Johnston on Twitter, and I am on Twitch. I'm twitch.tv/Rod_Johnston. If everybody hangs out in the channel, the next game is going to be starting here in a couple minutes. So, thanks, Banana. It was a blast, and good luck the rest of the season, sir. And thanks for hanging out, everybody. And the next game will be starting soon.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.